guys, Coop here. You know, I've been sitting there thinking and trying to figure out a way I could make one of these jigs that was a little bit simpler and easier for say kids or teenagers or people that didn't have much knowledge with, you know, power tools, and just thought that this would be a little bit easier paracord jig for them. And as you can see, this is my old setup. It's just like in the video I described, you know, the last couple of videos, and basically this new one is not much different. It's just a little bit more user friendly to make, and I haven't got it all completely done yet. As you can see, you know, I still have to put my buckles on my jig slide and my support here, but I just wanted to get this video out there so if anybody was looking to make one, they could see how easy and cheap it is to make one of these. And what I have right here is a 1x2 fairing strip. You can get them at Home Depot or Lowe's. I picked them up, I think my wife picked them up at either Home Depot, but I think she got them at Lowe's, but it might have been Home Depot. I'm not real positive, but I know she paid 75 cents a piece for these 1x2 by 8 foot long. She bought 2 of them, and I cut them down to the lengths I needed. We'll get to that in a minute on what size you need. And the reason I'm making this video is, say you're not comfortable using a jigsaw or a router, making it like this, you don't have to worry about cutting this center hole down the middle. What I've done is you take those 2 1x2 fairing strips and you cut them your desired length, and when you cut them, you cut 4 of them. You cut 2 for your tracks and 2 for your outside rails. And then what I've done is I took a 1/4 inch bolt, which mine's outside right now, but just imagine this being the bolt. I stuck the 1/4 inch bolt in there, or found me a piece of wood that was a 1/4 inch thick, and stuck it in between my 2 fairing strips. That's how I got my width all the way down. Well, then what you do is you take the 4 pieces that you've cut that are all 4 the same length, and as you can see right here, I took one and glued it on the side of the other one, and putting this one in between this board, so you'll have a little bit of a lip on each side, and that'll be your runner. Well, then once you get those 4 pieces of wood glued each side and each bottom, then you'll take your 1/4 inch piece of wood or your 1/4 inch screw, either one. You'll put them in between the 2 boards and push them together, and that'll come up with how much of a piece you'll need to cut for up here. And this one up here, I think it's a little over 3 inches. It's probably about 3 1/4 inches long, and you just cut 2 of those, 1 for each end, and you just glue those together. Holding, you know, I took and used clamps, but if you don't have clamps, you can take your glue, put down on the bottom, put it down on there, and just take some string or some paracord and wrap around there to hold it tight until the glue sets. Now, I have screws in mine. You don't have to use screws, because I glued every bit of this together first, and I just put the screws in it because I wanted to put the screws in it. You don't have to put the screws in it. And once it's all done, it'll probably more likely be a little bit bowed because this wood is so soft. So if it's a little bowed and you lose some of the stuff in the middle, your bolt won't quite go through. All you have to do is, on the back here, I've got another piece of wood, and I notched it out. Made a notch. I don't know if you can see that in there, but I made a notch. That way my bolt that holds my jig slide will go right through there, and it'll hold this, it'll make this all a lot straighter. So right now, without the screws, just wood by itself, I've got less than $2 in this thing. And by the time I put my nylon cable clamps and my buckles on there, I might have $3 total tied up in this jig. But I just wanted to put this out there and show people that you don't have to have, the only electric drill or electric tool you'll have to have is maybe a drill. Now if you have a hand drill, you won't even need that. But you can just use a regular saw, a hacksaw, or a regular hand saw. I just used a regular hand saw, cut everything, then I sanded down the outside edges. I took my ruler, stuck right up against this plate, and come off with my first mark at 1 inch, went all the way down, then came back and put my 1/2 inches in there, and I'm almost done with it. All I got left to do is finish making my slide, put my buckles on there, and I'm ready to start making some paracord bracelets. If you have any questions or comments on how to make this in better detail, just place them below and I'll get back to you. Coop out.